Hello everyone. We have a really nice white oak log on here this morning. We are 21 inches on the large end of the log and 14 inches at the small end in a 14-foot length. So a 7-inch taper is something considerable to deal with, and moreover on a log this size. So I thought this morning I'd take a moment to show you what I have made for our mill, just simply using a hydraulic jack. This does have an adjustable head on the end of it that you can move in and out to whatever height that you need to make up for. And I also made a self-leveling plate just by using some small angle iron and welding a couple of log dogs on it with a piece of pipe, and this diameter is larger than the head of the jack here. So once I get underneath the log and start lifting on it, this thing will level itself out, digs into the material really well, and gives it a stable platform to hold a log this heavy. So let's get this thing leveled up and see what this tree is going to offer us, because this is a really straight log once we get past this taper. And I am hoping that we're going to get several 2x out of this as well as some 5x5s. Let's see how it goes. I hope you enjoy the video. Once those dogs bite into this, like I said, it just makes a really stable platform for these things to sit on, because it can no longer roll around with that locked in place for us. Okay, we're going to measure that out and see how close we are. That's got us pretty close, guys. And you can see we're not touching another bunk all the way back to our toe board. And we're off of that bunk back there about 3.5 inches. We will see how we've done here, guys. So we really didn't get into the taper until about right in here. So we haven't really wasted a whole lot. Oh, that's going to be some great looking material. Now we have a nice square top to start working with. And some great looking material. She's still heavy. And I think we can hold this one square enough that we're going to go ahead and take our second leveling cut from the log. And that way we only have to flip this thing over a few times to get where we need to go. That's a nice sized log. We're leveled up, and you can see that we're not touching these bunks either, all the way down to our last one. We're going to make sure our log stops are down low. We're going to be rolling in at 15 1/4 across this cut. So that one's down underneath the blade, as well as that one. And square and level is always the easiest way with these things. And now that we'll have 2 square cuts after this, then we can maneuver the log however we need to in order to get the material we want. So at 15 1/4, we're going to be skimming around right along the top line here, about in this area. Let's see what it looks like. Well, we don't have it squared up yet, and this is still a lot of tree right here. Now, we cut that line really well. You see how thin the bark is here, and just a little bit on the end. We can't even use this for anything, guys. That was a good one. This is our third bark line, guys. There's not going to be much left on this one either. We have one more cut, and that should deal with all of the taper. You can see it on the right hand side of the log here. All right, another great cut, guys. Nothing wasted from here all the way back. And we've now got the taper dealt with on the log. We're going to get one by off of this edge. I think I have it laid out here. And we're going to get another one by off of this edge and a 2 by off the bottom side here. And our 5x5s will center up right in this area. And in case you missed the last video, guys, where we revealed what we're doing with the 5x5s, we are building a 12 by 12 cabin, and we're going to have a vaulted ceiling, get this thing up on some really nice footing. And we have used multiple species of trees. So we have shingle oak, black oak, white oak, red oak, and some black gum in this thing. And we are really contemplating on a walnut floor. And I will say the little Hm-126 is doing a fantastic job of cutting this stuff square and flat for us. And having a 7-inch taper on the log that we started with this morning and wasting very little of that tree and turning it into 4 5x5s for this build is a plus. And we actually ended up with some nice 1-bys off of it too. So leave it in the comments how you're leveling your log. I'm sure a lot of you have the Woodland Mills tow board that they offer as an accessory for your mill, and the little hydraulic jack that I used this morning, including the foot that I built for it, was less than $25 cost to me. And it definitely is nice to be able to move that to any place in the log that I need to level and be able to make the cuts on a stable footing until we get squared up and clamped in. Thanks for watching, guys. You're going to get to see this more in the future, and this is definitely going to be something after we're finished with it. I'll talk to you on the next one.